Good morning, everyone. I think I want to get started because we have a short period of time to celebrate together. This is a wonderful day, an exciting day, and I'm really happy to share it all with you. So I wanted to let you know what our plans are. We have, I think, 6 faculty members with us this morning, and we have 21 students to honor. So we have a very full, I guess, program for you all. I have a few brief words about the Business and Environment program, and then I'm going to try to introduce each one of you. And when I introduce you, please turn on your video and say hi. And then our faculty members each have some words of advice and reflections for you. So I'll start off. I'm so honored and thrilled to be celebrating the end of 2 wonderful years with our 3rd class of Business and Environment students. The Business Environment program is the newest one in the school, and we sort of celebrate the idea that we are here to use the resources of the private sector to address some of the most complex and wicked problems out there facing our environment. And all of you have signed up to be leaders in that field, and you're going to go out there and make an incredible difference in the world. I just know that from the bottom of my heart. It's been 2 years of classes. It's also been 2 years of extracurricular activities like career treks and gatherings at conventions like Green Biz, which I was able to go to 1 year with you, which was really fun, as well as I'm sure lots of extracurriculars that I don't know much about, and that's just fine because you all have your memories of those. You also have, as business and environment students, have had opportunities to take courses at Pratt, at Fuqua, at Samford, at Keaton-Flagler to really enrich your learning, and as well as participate in case competitions and other sorts of ways to showcase your brilliant ideas. And you have excelled in those opportunities. And finally, Business Environment is a program that's really focused on client projects, and you've had many, many opportunities in classes and outside of classes and with your master's project to show what you're learning and improve yourselves as really contributing in significant ways to addressing solutions, to coming up with solutions to complex problems. I think I also will have some words of wisdom for you at the end of our time together, so I'm just going to stop there. I want to go right into sort of recognizing each and every one of you and having you so when I say your name, if you could turn on your video and say hello to us, that would be really wonderful, as I'm sure all of your friends and family want to see you today. So with that, let's see, I will start with Shabib Ansari. Can you say hi?
Yes, hi. It's very good to see all of you. It's like a very strange time, but it's good to see familiar faces.
Thank you, Shabib. Yeah. Pradnya Bandari.
Hello.
Hi, Prad. It's good to see you. Samantha Birch.
Hey, everybody. Miss you guys.
Arunika Chandra, are you here? Hi, Arunika. Anna Chang.
Hey, Deb.
Hey, Anna. It's good to see you. Martin Gibbs.
Good morning, everybody. Good to see you all.
Jonathan Espitia, are you here, Jonathan? Jonathan is one of our MEM MBA students who studied at Keaton-Flagler. I'm not sure Jonathan is here today. Sarah Fromm. Sir, you're muted.
Oh, sorry about that. Congrats, everyone.
Thanks. Udit Gupta.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi, Udit. Joseph Hodges, are you here? So Joseph is also one of our MEM MBA students. He studied at Fuqua. Let's see. Next is Hannah Kelly Bell, again one of our MBA students who studied at Keenan Flagler. Is Hannah here? All right. Roseanne Lamb. Thank you, Roseanne. Alex Marchison. Are you here, Alex?
Hey y'all, congratulations.
Thank you. And Joe reports that he's here. Joseph Hodges reports that he's here, but his internet is having trouble. So he wanted everyone to know that he offers his congratulations. Ben McCormick.
Hi, everyone. I'm in Maine where it's currently snowing, but miss you all. Congratulations.
It's snowing in Maine. We have a polar vortex situation going on, which is really bizarre on May, whatever, 9th. Courtney McCorston.
Hi, everyone. Congrats.
Courtney, are you in South Carolina now?
No, I'm still in Durham. I'm moving out today after this finishes, actually.
Good. All right. Annabelle Mercer.
Hi.
Hey, Annabelle.
Hi, Deb.
Let's see. Alicia Oberholzer, who was last time I saw her, she was in the middle of moving.
Oh no. Hi. Can you hear me? Hi. I am still in the middle of moving. Hopefully all done tomorrow, but I miss everyone.
Megan Parker. Megan here? Okay, Megan is another one of our MEM MBA students who studied at Fuqua. And then we have Luofei Yang.
Hi, guys. Congratulations.
Hi, Luofei. And Mingyu Zhang.
Hi, congratulations, everyone.
Hey, Mingyu. I thought maybe you would have your son with you today.
He's somewhere. I cannot catch him.
And finally, last but absolutely not least, is Yifei Zhang.
Hi, Deb. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Yifei. It's really good it's really good, wonderful to see everyone. Thank you so much for all you've done, and congratulations, my heartfelt congratulations to all of you. What I'd like to do now, and then we'll save some time at the end. It looks like this, we will have some time to share some memories, is for each of our faculty to offer some words of reflection and some advice. So I'm going to start with Chris Wedding, who taught classes in environmental finance and reporting and certification, and was an amazing advisor to master's projects and a great mentor in general for this class of 2020. So Chris, you get to start it all off.
Yeah, no pressure. Be wise, go, right? Well, look, as we said, everybody, congrats on your hard work, your sacrifice, your flexibility as we've all moved to online very quickly. I think you're maybe like some of us where, you've been in so many video sessions that Zoom is now a four-letter word. Yes, pun intended. It's early on Saturday morning. As I mentioned in class to you guys, you're way ahead of me when I was your age. At that point, many years ago, business was the enemy. Oh, how things have changed with headlines like from BlackRock and others. So great kind of wind in your sails to be world changers. I've got just 4 pieces of advice. The first one is is to make networking your friend. I know this comes as maybe it's no fun or it's awkward or whatnot, but look, the best jobs are often not advertised, or maybe they don't even exist. And so you through building relationships outside of your immediate circle, you get to help create those opportunities, perhaps. The second one is look, to keep learning new skills. I know you know that. That's partly why you're at the Nick School, but you're not done, unfortunately. Jobs change quickly, needs change quickly. You know, I'll say one new thing I've come across to help me learn more is something called Blinkist, which has 3,000 nonfiction books summarized in 15 minutes by audio or text. Obviously, if you like it, you read the full book, of course. But that starts for me on Monday. I'm really excited about that. Number 3 is to build multiple streams of income over time. Looking backwards, it was get a job, have a salary. I think looking forwards, it's more multiple ways to add value in the world, multiple ways to create impact in an uncertain world. And finally, as your career grows, to become pickier. As a well-known entrepreneur has said, if the answer to an opportunity is not hell yes, then the answer is no. Time is short. Choose your impact and go deep. With that, look, we're excited to see you all go from students to colleagues. So please stay in touch and let's figure out ways to continue to work together.
Thanks so much, Chris. That's wonderful advice and reflections. And now I'd like to ask John Verdon, who some of you know well and others don't know as well. He stepped in this semester and led us in the Business and Environment Seminar, and he's a close colleague of mine from the Nicholas Institute. So I'll turn it over to John.
Yeah, thanks, Deb, and good morning, everybody. I just wanted to use a quick minute or two, as Deb mentioned, to thank all of you for what a wonderful semester it was to get to know many of you. As Deb mentioned, this was a bit of my first foray to really get to know the work that you all have been doing in the Business and Environment program, what you've been studying, and of course, I shamelessly bought my way into that conversation with a lot of pizza, which I hope we all enjoyed, but I certainly did. And I just can't tell you how much I actually learned from all of you, getting to see how you're thinking about different companies working, how you're thinking about driving some of these companies for global change and to solve big environmental problems. I came away really excited about the role that not only the private sector is and can play, but what I think you all are going to do. I was really impressed by the conversations we had, the depth of thought and the way that you all are approaching complex problems and using big, small companies, entrepreneurship as a vehicle to address them. So I think certainly for me going forward, I'm really looking forward to seeing what you all do. I hope you stay in touch with me, with us, draw upon us as a resource. You know, thinking about advice, I think Chris hit a lot of great points. And frankly, I'm trying to think of a good analog or example to our current time in my lifetime. I don't have one, so I sometimes, when I'm talking to students, struggle for wise words going forward. But I do think, just given what I've come to learn about all of you and your work, I can't think of a better group who's more equipped to go out and handle the uncertainty in today's economy and then to shape what emerges afterwards. And I hope you all will. I hope you'll keep in touch with us, draw upon us as a resource. I mean, Chris mentioned networking, keeping in touch with your own groups, but keep in touch with us as well and draw upon us. Don't ever hesitate to email, call, ask questions, bounce ideas, use us as sounding boards as well. But I just wanted to take a minute just to congratulate you all and thank you again for a wonderful semester. I learned a ton and really enjoyed getting to see the passion and the tools that you all are bringing to these big problems. I'm looking forward to seeing where you go from here. So congrats again, everybody.
Thanks so much, John. And next I'd like to ask Carol He, who joined our group this year and this spring semester, stepped in and taught one of our important tools classes, life cycle assessment. So Carol, if you could offer some of your reflections and some advice to this wonderful group of students, I'd really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, Deborah. As Deb mentioned, this was my first year teaching at the Nicholas School, which makes this celebration especially meaningful to me. I really couldn't have been more impressed and inspired by the students that I had the pleasure of teaching and working with over the past year. Your talent and your passion for creating positive change is exactly what the world needs now and in the coming years. So my advice to you is that you remain committed to a lifetime full of learning, that you work hard, bring your best to whatever it is you find yourself engaged in, and most importantly, be kind. The world needs technical expertise, but even more so, we need compassion and understanding to bring people together to solve the many challenges that we face. And I have great confidence that each of you can play a key role in doing that. So thank you and congratulations. I wish you the best.
Thank you so much, Carol. And now we'll go over to Joe Bachman, who's joining us from the wild north of Wisconsin. And he's going to give us his advice. Thank you, Joe.
My advice, well, before I do that, I just want to say this is a bit of a marker in time because I've been here at the Nicholas School, at least second time around, as long as you all have. I came in when you came in, and here we are. So it's a little bit of a milestone for me as well, my first full class. I believe I've had most of you in class. There's a few, given how the credits and requirements have fallen, that I may not have had, but I look forward to getting to know you in the future. And I appreciate the support all of you have given me so far here. So words of wisdom, sometimes those are hard to come up with, but knowing myself and knowing you, my first piece of advice is to be authentic. In other words, say what you have to say. And I think as you know me that I do that, and I expect you to do that as well. Why do I say that? Because doing so not only is the root of charisma, people appreciate authenticity, but it's also the root of influence. And I find that that's needed more and more these days. And it's a way to cut through it all and, excuse me, create understanding, which is what we need more than anything. Also, don't accept labels. We've talked about it in my class as the millennial generation. That's you, Gen X. I'm part of the slackers. If I'm slacking so hard, why am I so tired? And I think y'all have a lot to offer. It's been a lot of the reason why I wanted to come spend time with you, is to find out how you guys do things, and you do it a little differently, but at the same time, we're all people. And we all have a lot to say to each other, and a lot more understanding can happen. But I think bottom line, my message to you is that no one can do it better. So in seeking the impact you want to have, be authentic, say what you have to say, don't accept the labels, but just do it. And also stay in touch. I think we're going to know each other for a very long time.
Thanks so much, Joe. And last but not least, before I talk, is Jesko von Windheim, who wasn't with us this year, who is off doing important things in the private sector. So we're going to turn it over to Jesko, who's going to talk to us a little bit.
Great. Thank you so much, Deb. And first and foremost, I'm sitting virtually in my favorite bar here. And virtual toast to all of you. You might be able to see some bottles of champagne in the background there, to the great success that you've achieved by not only making it through the program, but making it through these last few months the way you have. I want to say, even though I was on sabbatical this year, I did get a chance to work with a number of you. And what a thrill it was to work on business issues that have an impact on the environment. And I think I learned just as much from you as you might have learned from me. And I can't tell you how much of a joy it is to be able to do those kinds of things. In particular, the travel program we worked on, what an exciting area to not only learn about, but to discover that there are opportunities for the Nicholas School to make a real impact in the world. And I'm sure there's many more other problems like that out there. I do want to give you just a few thoughts of advice. First and foremost, wherever you go, focus on one thing and one thing only to start with, and that is to add value. It's so easy to focus on the things that are important to us, but we really want to focus on those things that are important to the people around us and create value for them, because that's really, at least in my experience, the core to success in a career. The other thing, and those who know me, this is not going to come as a surprise, continue to hone your communication skills. Whatever you're good at, you will be that much better if you can communicate it well. And it's not something that ever stops, whether you learn to write better or speak better, communicate one-on-one better, communicate to groups better. That is a skill that I would recommend that you continue to work on. And finally, be bold. And that doesn't mean be crazy. It doesn't mean take crazy risks, but as you move forward, be bold in your decisions. Where there's oftentimes going to be opportunities in your life where you have a chance to either be bold or not bold. And I would recommend to you that you continue to take the path where you can be bold and do great things. Again, wonderful working with all of you, and I certainly look forward to coming back to the Nicholas School this next year. Thanks, Deb.
Thanks so much, Jesko. I'm looking forward to having you back as well, very, very much. I've missed you a lot. So I have a few things that I want to say, and then after that, I think we'll have some time for all of you to share some of your most dearly held memories. And I hope that the class of 21 will step up and share some of those memories with all of us until we have to move on to the next group of next MEM program and give over our space. So what I want to say is it's just been a wonderful 2 years with an amazing group of students. I'm proud of each and every one of you. You know, so many of you already know what you're going to be doing in these uncertain times, and others of you are still looking for the right opportunity. I want to, of course, offer my own personal connection and help to always, you're part of this community. You'll always be part of my life from now until forever, and I really will be happy to help you and to answer any questions you have, or connect you, or give you advice, or celebrate with you. That's really important. One of the things that I believe truly is that you're leaders. You're going to be leaders. You're going to make a difference. And especially in a time like this when we need leaders more than ever, I actually believe that there will be an opening up of in our society for people like you who care about sustainability, who care about protecting Earth's resources, who care about reducing consumption to save the planet, and many of you about renewable energy, about reimagining our supply chains to make them more protective of the environment, to rethinking what our food and agricultural systems are. So many issues that you bring to the table, so many passions. And I'm so proud of you for going out there and making a difference. And like Jesko, I truly believe that besides the wonderful analytic school skills that you've gained in the Nicholas School, you've also gained the important skill of communication. Your ideas just fall flat if you don't know how to communicate them. And I know that each and every one of you in all of our classes and in all of the experiences that you've had have had to depend on your communication skills, and you will continue to do that. And finally, I guess for me, you know, I'm a strategist, but I also, one of the important components of strategy is to know who your stakeholders are and to develop relationships with them, because stakeholder relationships can be a valuable resource for anything that you want to do, whether you're an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur with making difference inside a company. One of the most important tools of making a difference in the world is engaging your own heart. Leadership and love go together. And we all do this because we love the planet, and we all have this wonderful community of fellow faculty and staff and students at the Nicholas School who love each other, and we're there for you. And please depend on us in the future and go out into the world with leadership and with love. And with that, I would just like to encourage all you leaders out there to tell us, share with us some of your most wonderful experiences and memories from your time at the Nichols School. We have about 15 minutes, so we could share some really great memories. And there's not going to be silence, and I'm not going to call on anybody, right? So just unmute your mic and go ahead. Anyone?
Well, I'll start. I had a great time teaching students at Tyrata last year. It was an incredible experience to be able to share not only education with a group of students, but also share what a true startup is like. And I think it's probably one of the most memorable experiences I've had in teaching. So to those of you who were in that class, thank you so much.
I can go. One of my favorite moments was actually the Chinese New Year celebration and how the whole school came together, and it just was such a representation of how amazing Nicholas is, bringing everyone together. And I painted a good luck message that's actually still on my door today, so I get to see it all the time. So.
Thanks, Alex. What a lovely memory. Thank you. I guess I'll share one. One of my most favorite memories, although I was exhausted, was heading out to Phoenix, Arizona, not this year, but last year, for the Green Biz conference with 16 Nicholas School students, and running around the conference halls, listening to all these leaders talk about amazing ideas and initiatives, but then huddling in the interstices of the conference halls after every meeting to answer questions about connections and networking, and so many of you were able to make wonderful connections this year as well as last year, and I think that was wonderful. And it was also really cool that the Nicholas School was able to support so many of you attending such an important conference in Phoenix. Shannon Parker said she would like to share. Go ahead, Shannon.
Not technically a graduate this year, but super thankful to call this group my peers. And I just wanted to share that one of my favorite memories was really the business and environment social down at Tyrata, and bringing the whole group together, you know, not necessarily just under an academic pretense, but under a social pretense. And looking back, it's such a valuable memory now as we're heading off into different parts of the world and different jobs and gathering over Zoom. You know, I hope that we get the opportunity to do something like that again too. So congratulations to everyone.
Thanks, Parker. I know Anne, I promised I wouldn't call on anybody, but Anne Thurston is here with us. She's a huge supporter of the Business and Environment group, and she wrote something in the chat, but I'm actually gonna ask her to talk, because everyone wants to see you, Anne.
Hello. So yeah, I was just going back in my mind to when I was out in Austin, Texas with a few of you all at for Net Impact, and we had a wild time, and you guys were great. And I know I've had fun with some of you working on the MEM travel program over time. So what you don't see in the background is that I'm hustling for you all the time on the Business and Environment program. So go do great things. You're awesome. Go get them.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you. Toddy has something. Toddy wanted to share something, and then I think Alicia.
Hi, everybody. That just reminded me, the mention of Net Impact reminded me that I can't remember when it was. The students who I connected with are going to have to remind me, but I was getting on a plane somewhere, and sitting there, and then a bunch of students who had just gone to a Net Impact meeting boarded the plane. They were like, "Hi, Dean Dottie," and I was like, "Hey, this is amazing." So they boarded the plane. I got a chance to say hi to everybody, and then we all landed at RDU together. And it was just a reminder to me that, you know, our students are everywhere all the time and doing amazing things. And so it was a really happy moment for me, because it felt like to me that, you know, our students are out there, they're doing amazing things, and I hope I have a million of those experiences if we ever get to travel again, in running into people wherever we may be.
Thanks, Toddy. Thanks so much. That's really a great memory. Alicia, you had something you wanted to share.
Yeah. So hi. I guess this is something more about the whole class and its faculty and staff in general. I just want to say thank you for how willing everyone was always. They were always so willing to help. Like whenever someone had a question about a homework assignment or something along those lines, there were always like 100 people responding like, I can help. And it's just a true sign of how collaborative the class is. And it was amazing working with everybody in this class. So that's my favorite part. Thank you.
Thanks.
I can share something. So it's really hard for me to pick my favorite memory because I truly loved all of it. It was so wonderful meeting all of the faculty and all the students. I definitely have made some lifelong friendships that I will cherish forever. And it's just been so inspiring working alongside all of you. I definitely couldn't have got through this program without all of the support from all of you guys. So I really appreciate that. And I'm so grateful for this experience.
Thank you, Courtney. Who else would like to share a memory or some advice?
I'm not sure I could share the picture, but as someone new to Duke, it was really exciting to me that the client we worked with, one of the clients we worked with in the LCA class was Diamond Grant Tents, and they donated a tent that made it into K-ville. So students got to camp out, waiting for basketball tickets in the tent we were doing a life cycle assessment of. And it was such a sturdy tent. When they had a big windstorm, it was the only tent left standing. So point of pride for the Nicholas School students who knew how to put a really strong tent together.
Thanks, Carol. I guess one thing I'd like to share while we're waiting for everyone to think of their memories is in the Sustainable Business Strategy class this year, which most of you weren't in that class, you took it last year, except for Ben, who was an amazing teaching assistant. We had one of our clients was Nora Stabert, who graduated sort of from the business. She was a business and environment student before business and environment was a thing. She was an environmental economics and policy student, and she majored in, she did the business track, and she took sustainable business strategy way back in the day, and she reached out and said, hey, I want to be a client. And we had a wonderful group of students working on a plan for regenerative agriculture for her family company called Philadelphia Macaroni Company. And it turns out that in this crisis, this small family company, which is vertically integrated, their supply chain is completely their own, and they're a supplier to General Mills, is doing crazy good because everybody wants to eat macaroni and cheese. So, you know, there are so many ways to make a difference. Nora and her company are feeding the United States, at least, Annie's macaroni and cheese sustainably. And so that's part of the world that you are all going out into, these really increased opportunities, because we have to do things differently in a world that we recognize finally is super connected. So who else has, I know there's lots of people out there who want to share. Sam, I can see you.
Yeah, I can hop in there. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you all as our faculty. I think this program opened a lot of doors in that our classes were so client focused, so client heavy. And I recognize how much work it is to secure, to lock down those clients, to give us that real world experience. And I think that was definitely the best part of the program and something really applicable that will carry with us. And then just a memory is the Patagonia case competition. I've been telling a lot of first years to join it because it's definitely a way for students to work across colleges and work with MBAs and engineering students to come up with environmental solutions. So yeah, I really loved my experience, and thank you all for the guidance and mentorship throughout.
Is there a memory that you want to share? Anybody else? Laura told us we now have 4 minutes left. Anybody want to share something about their master's projects so that our family and friends can learn a little bit more about what that means? Go ahead, Annabelle.
Hi. Just about master's projects, I just wanted to say thank you to all of the faculty and Ann Thurston and Nancy Kelly specifically, because they went so above and beyond in helping me and Samantha and Courtney put together an incredible sustainable travel panel in October, and it would not have been possible without their amazing support. So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that made that possible and helped us throughout our entire insane roller coaster of a master's project. So thank you.
And I'd also like to say thank you to the clients for the master's projects. A number of the clients are repeat clients, ones that we have built amazing relationships. They're the second and third time they've had problems that they've asked us to solve, as well as alumni. Sarah and Anna worked with 2 alumni from Lenovo to help address the waste problems at Lenovo, and it was a really great experience because both Mary and Sonia had been at the Nicholas School, and they know how important it is to engage in a master's project. So wonderful. We have wonderful support from everyone. Anybody else want to have one last memory before we wrap this up, perhaps? I can't believe you're all being so shy because I just don't recognize this, but it is, I guess I was looking and there's 53 people here, which is just so gratifying and it makes my heart full. I guess I'll sort of wrap it up and say, I love you all. I am so very proud of you. I know you're gonna make an incredible difference in a world that needs you more than ever. And I hope that you will always be in touch. And as Anne told us, telling us on the chat, don't forget to make sure your info is up to date on the Alumni Network. That's how we can find you. We can engage you and help you. So please do stay up to date. And just, send us an email and we'll continue to keep in touch until the time comes when we're going to be together again. And I know that time will be not too far in the future. So have a great day again, and congratulations so very much to all of you. Take care.
Congrats, everyone.
Congrats.